So how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great, people. You know, this is Brian Smith here. I'm down here at the Happening, the DoubleTree Hotel. You know, Group 37, they have their conference going on 3 days, and I'm just, you know, proud to be a part of the activity.
Awesome. So you have been involving in the festival. Can you tell us about what's going on in the festival?
Wow,
worldwide in Montreal?
That is the million-dollar question. So this weekend there was a communique that was put out on social media where the president of the CCFA, which is the organization that has been responsible for managing the Carifiesta parade, they got a letter saying that they were denied funding from, or not say denied, but they were not approved to get funding from the City of Montreal to put on the event. So they put something out on social media. Unfortunately, the CCFA, this organization, they've been really lacking in capacity to put on the carnival, and I think that's possibly one of the main reasons why they're not getting funding, because having the capacity to put on an activity so large, you need to have governance. Everything, and because I work in the field, governance is something which is very important. So when you're going to government agencies, private agencies, foundations to get money, you need to have a board of directors, you need to have membership, you need to have activity reports, you need to have financial reports. And the City of Montreal, they themselves said that there were some issues with the governance of this particular organization. So before everybody, you know, says, oh, well, you know, oh, it's more than that, I think that's where we have to start to look at it first. Most Montrealers, I would say, when they see that there's the Carifiesta's funding was denied, a lot of people were quick to jump up and say it was racism, which for me, it was not. There are a lot of racist inequalities that exist in the funding of programs and projects in the City of Montreal. That's something which is also glaring too as well. But this is not the case. The CCFA has a responsibility to make sure that everything is in place in regards for this carnival. That means you have a proper board of directors, that you have everything in place, because most Montrealers, they're only concerned about the Saturday when we have the carnival and the parade and people get into their costumes for 3 or 4 hours and then that ends. But there's so much more things behind the scenes that need to take place. And that is really the case why the carnival has not been in a position to get funding from, well, they get very small funding from the City of Montreal, $30,000, which basically is nothing. There's no money coming from the provincial government. There's no money coming from the federal government. There's no private sponsorship. So how do you even put on an event like that? And, you know, the City of Montreal deserves better. So that means a suggestion would be that there would be a new entity that comes together and a coalition of organizations that could put on this activity, this carnival for the people, because the people of Montreal deserve better. And we have so many organizations, and I'm down here at the hotel. There's hundreds of organizations that would like to even contribute towards the carnival. But I think as how the governance stands right now, a lot of people, and not a lot of people, people have stayed on the outsides and just let this situation continue to fester to where it is today, that right now it seems that there is a mobilization also taking place, because I hear things, that the city wants to actually have the carnival go ahead, like have the parade go ahead, and starting to get some organizations together. So it would be scrambling to get something on the road for July, you know, the first Saturday in July. Hopefully after that, we can go back to the table. These organizations who are going to get involved, sit down and say, you know what, let's work together. Let's put on a proper carnival, get proper funding, because the $30,000 that the city offers is nothing, and they need to know that, because there are other events such as the Montreal Carnival that get hundreds of thousands of dollars. How come the Carifiesta has only got $30,000? My thing is because of the governance. So if we change the governance, then the City of Montreal would have no reason not to increase their funding. So now we could go to the provincial government and get more funding. We could get to the federal government and get more funding. It's quite embarrassing that would say embarrassing because I want to mention another city. Like there's other cities in Western Canada that get federal money. How come the city of Montreal, how come the Carnival in Montreal has not been successful to get federal money, provincial money, private money?
Give the recommendation, advice to this kind of festivals, organization, what would be in short?
Governance. Get your governance together, right? These festivals are run by non-profit entities if you want to get funding. So make sure you have a good board of directors, people who are committed, non-paid board of directors. You need to make sure that your financial reports are in place, that your activity reports are in place. If you're an organization, do you have membership? Because if you have a solid governance, it will make it so much more easier for you to get funding. And that's the way the game is played, right? Of course, it's very, very important. So Montrealers, as I said, if there is a new entity, if there is a new day for Carnival and there's a new organization, join it, get involved, and let's make it a better day.
Thank you very much.
This is Brian Smith. Thank you.